Good morning. So we've all heard about ciphers. You may have even heard of what's called the Caesar cipher. I'm not referring to the salad. I'm referring to the cipher. Think about it this way. The Caesar cipher is known as what is called a substitution cipher, where, as the name implies, you substitute one letter for another letter. Pretty straightforward. In fact, while it may not be named after the salad, it is named after the person, Julius Caesar. You see, the Caesar cipher is the first recorded instance of it being particularly used, with an offset of 3 letters, 3 characters. Let me explain the principle. You're given some input alphabet, say A, B, C, D, and you perform an offset on it, which means that you increment the character by some number, some value. So, for the instance of the original Caesar cipher, that incrementation was 3. So A becomes D, B becomes E, and C becomes F. You take that first letter, and then you go 3 spaces down, and then that's the letter you use. So what if you're close to the very end? So, for example, what if you have the letter Y? You can't find 3 letters past that because 3 letters past Y is right after Z. And there's nothing after Z, as we all know. Well, you loop right on back to the front. Y goes to Z, goes to A, goes to B. X goes to A, Z goes to C. You get the idea. The inputted text that you start off with, this is called plain text. The stuff that it's not encrypted. Any homie jabroni walking down the street can read it. This is the information that we want to encrypt. By passing it through some encryption algorithm or function that encrypts it, we're able to get ciphertext, which is, put simply, the text after being encrypted. I know, it's super fancy. For the Caesar cipher, the encryption algorithm is to simply add some number, referred to as the key, onto that original value. So let's look at an example. We start off with this beautiful header. On behalf of all of us here at Caesar Cipher, that is not spelled correctly, we thank you for using Caesar Cipher, your premium encryption strategy for all your encryption needs. And here, we have an option, encrypt or decrypt. We're going to start with at the beginning, encrypt. And now we're asked, what is it that we would like to encrypt? So let's do something simple. Space. Final. Frontier. And then enter a key. What key should we use? How's about 24? You may see that we have a much larger range than just the 26 characters that we would typically be able to use. I'll explain that in a moment. But 24, as you can see, we go through each of the letters of this original message, and we increment it 24 spaces. So S becomes K. Okay, I suppose I might as well explain the full boondoggle here. So you see, we are using what are called ASCII codes. ASCII, which is a numerical representation of characters. A, B, 1, backspace, underscore. octothorpe. All of these characters have an ASCII number related to them. Here, we convert this initial string into just those ASCII characters, and then perform a mathematical function on them. So S becomes K, P becomes close parenthesis, all the way down here, space becomes 8, F becomes caret. You get the idea. And we're left with this string, this encrypted string. You can see this has the same number of characters as space, the final frontier, but it does not look anything like it. It is very well encrypted. Now we're going to copy this, just for the time being. And way down here, we want to decrypt. I just press enter a few times to try and get a little bit more space. Do we know the key? Yes. What was the text we would like to decrypt? And we will paste this encrypted text all the way down here. So say, for example, you have a friend somewhere off, way far away, and you want to talk with them without anyone understanding what you want to say. You encrypt it, send them the encrypted message, then they can decrypt. So, this is what we would like to decrypt, and please enter the key. Okay, awkward moment. I do not remember what key I used. Was it 24? Yes, 24. And you can see it runs that same operation that we began with, except in reverse. K, you no longer increment 24 characters, you decrement. So you have that minus 24 characters. K becomes capitalized S. Close parenthesis becomes P. Down here, 8 becomes space. Single asterisk becomes N. Hyphen becomes T. You get the idea. And we're left with the decrypted message of space, the final frontier. You see, the Caesar cipher, or a substitution or offset cipher, is rather easy to understand. Once you have the key, you can do it yourself, very, very easily.